boys? Today we are back, and UFC 325 took place last night. And I'm not going to lie, the card was absolutely dog shit. It was a mid-card. The only good fights were the first 4 fights on the main card. The main event was terrible, and the early prelims and prelims were god-awful too. So let's get right into it. Lawrence Louis versus Sulan Grangbo. This fight was boring as shit. Lawrence Louis, he won 29-28. It was a split decision. I was on my phone half the time. These guys both look dog shit. There'll never be anything in the bantamweight division. Lawrence Louis was getting takedowns. He did get pieced up, and I remember him getting rocked in the second round. That's all I really remember. But yeah, Lawrence Louis wins. Who gives a shit? Moving on. Kichiro Nakamura versus Sebastian Cizali. Now, this fight was actually a decent fight. I remember Saleh, I think it was pronounced Saleh. He was actually piecing up Nakamura the entire fight, like genuinely piecing him up. He was up 2 rounds. He was doing his thing. Nakamura didn't have anything for him. Nakamura was hitting him like once or twice, but Saleh was absolutely going ham on the dude on his way to a 30-27 decision. And then out of nowhere, Kichiro Nakamura, he lands a huge knee, drops Saleh, finishes him on the ground. And Saleh was getting like really scrappy in that third round for no reason. Like he if he would have just like stayed on the back foot and made it a little bit more boring, which I respect for him, like actually trying to go and finish the fight, but if he just chilled out and didn't go ham in the third round, like he probably would have won. But he got scrappy with Nakamura. Nakamura, I think it was like sort of like in the clinch. No, it wasn't in the clinch. He like stepped in. It was like a step in knee, right on the chin, drops Saleh, and it sucks because he was up 2 rounds. He was going to win the fight, but Nakamura comes back and wins. And that's pretty much it. Didn't really give a shit about any of these, early prelim fights, these road to UFC fights. This one, Dom Marfan versus Sang-Wook Kim. This was a lot of like clinching up against the fence, takedowns. It was a shit fight. I genuinely don't remember anything that happened other than like everyone was shooting for both of these guys were shooting for takedowns. Dom Marfan won 30-27. Shit fight. Who cares? Moving on. Con Offley versus Yiza. Yeah, this fight was also pretty dog shit. I'm not going to lie. This fight was also pretty bad. Yiza didn't really, do anything that, shocked me. And this was actually a really big robbery. Con Offley didn't do shit either. The fight was awful. Yiza was actually piecing him up. He dropped him at one point, had him wobbled all around the ring, all around the cage. And yeah, somehow Con Offley wins. I don't remember him doing like shit to Yiza, genuinely. I know he got takedowns, but he didn't really do much with him. But he was holding Yiza up against the fence. This fight was also really terrible. And Con Offley won somehow. If I'm Yiza, I'm mad as fuck. I just got robbed. There was no way Con Offley won that fight. Genuinely 0 way. He got dropped. He was fucking wobbling around the ring the entire second round. I'm pretty sure it was the second round he got dropped. So who knows why the fuck he won? Who cares why the fuck he won? Neither of these guys will be anything. These guys were featherweights. I genuinely thought they were flyweights when I was watching this fight. They're both so short and tiny. It was a shit fight. All right, moving on. I got this prediction. All right, wait. Oh yeah, let me see about predictions. I'm pretty sure I picked Dom Marfan. I picked Yiza. Who else did I pick? I can't remember who I picked for these two, but who really gives a fuck? All right. We'll start doing the predictions, my prediction. No, fuck, never mind. No editing here. Moving on. Jonathan Mikhailov versus Oban Elliott. I called this. I said Oban Elliott's not top level. He's not a UFC level guy. But to be fair, he was piecing up Mikhailov, dropped him bad, although they didn't count it as a knockdown. But Oban Elliott dropped Mikhailov really bad. And then, not really bad, but he definitely dropped him at one point. They didn't count it. Maybe it was like an off balance knockdown, but Oban was looking slick on the feet, but he's just ass. Oban Elliott genuinely ass. He couldn't get Mikhailov out of there when Mikhailov didn't know how to strike in the first round. I've been saying this. I don't know why people are high on Oban Elliott because he's dog shit at fighting. Oban Elliott's genuinely dog shit. I picked Mikhailov to win. He goes out. He starts doing better on the feet in the second round. Then one takedown. All it takes, just put the hooks in, put the choke in 5 seconds. And Oban Elliott goes to sleep. The guy has no wrestling. He's got, no IQ. He's dumb as fuck. So Oban Elliott, you're a shit fighter, in my opinion. You seem like a good, funny guy, but you're shit at fighting. So I picked Jonathan Mikhailov. He gets it done in the second round. Although the first round was a little iffy. Yeah, Mikhailov, he'll never be anything in the welterweight division. Like, if you're getting pieced up by Obanelli, like, give it up, bro. All right, moving on. Fight of the night. This is actually a better fight than we all expected. Jacob Malkoun wins 30-27. He got a 10-8 in one of the rounds. Yeah, this fight was ass, man. This fight was ass. I mean, we all expected it to be ass, but it was better than we thought, you know what I mean? Like, we thought it was just going to be a hold against the fence match, but Malkoun actually was out there just tagging up McKinney. Wow. I just called Torres Finney Terrence McKinney. Sorry about that. Malkoun was out there. No editing. Malkoun was out there piecing up Torres Finney. He dropped him at one point, but Torres Finney did tear his LCL. He posted that on Instagram, and you could see at the end of the first round, his knee was like, he fucked his knee up. So, I mean, that wouldn't have changed anything. I think Malkoun still would have won even if that didn't happen, but there's actually more of a striking match than we thought it was going to be. Malkoun did get 5 minutes control time. This fight was up at this point. Every single one of these fights was terrible. The Mikhailov finish was only the good, like entertaining thing that happened. Yeah, these fights were absolutely terrible. Cut Malkoun and Finney on the spot. Malkoun did look decent on the feet, so I mean, keep him. But I think the UFC might genuinely cut Terrence. I just call him Terrence McKinney again. Torres Finney. The names rhyme, so that's why I'm doing that. But I think the UFC genuinely might cut Torres Finney because like they obviously hate him. Dana doesn't like him. Made him fight on Contender Series 3 times, and then he just put on a fucking stinker. So, yep, Malkoun wins. The card was just absolutely terrible at this point. Nothing exciting. Cam Rowston versus Cody Brundage. We finally get a finish, but this fight was also like not the best. Cam Rowston, Cody Brundage was tagging him in the first round. He was actually looking really good. Like, Cody Brundage looks really good in some fights, like if for like a round, and then he just fucking gives up like he did in the second round. But yeah, he was actually looking really good in the first round, tagging Rowston up on the feet. Rowston was landing too, but Brundage, I think Brundage won that first round. And then the second round came. Rowston was tagging him a little bit. I can't remember how they ended up on the ground. It wasn't a knockdown. I'm trying to remember. These fights were just so fucking forgettable, man. This card sucked. But they somehow ended up on the ground. Rowston ground and pound. Got the ground and pound TKO. Brundage literally just quit, tried to move, and then just literally gave up. His coaches were telling him in the corner, like they were screaming at him, just don't give up, and he did. So Rowston wins. I don't think he'll, like, some of these guys aren't prospects. Like, all of these guys so far, Rowston, he won't be a prospect. Any of the guys we just talked about, they won't be prospects. So this is why it was a kind of a shitty card. Rowston, if he fights one good guy outside the rankings, he's fucked. So if you're getting tagged by Brundage, you're getting fucked. So Rowston beats Brundage in a nothing fight. Moving on, this was actually the best fight of the prelims. Junior Tafa versus Billy Elikana. I thought Tafa was going to come out there and starch Elikana in like the first 20 seconds. Like he landed a huge right hand, dropped Elikana. I think Herb Dean was a ref, and he literally was stepping in. I thought he was going to stop the fight right there, but thank God he didn't, because Billy Elikana, he had great recovery. He got dropped like really bad, but like as he was going down, he got Tafa's leg and was like holding a single leg. So that's why the fight didn't get stopped. It was so close to getting stopped. Elikana got dropped bad, but Tafa was chewing him up in the first round. Like a lot of these guys that lost on the early prelims were having good first rounds, and then the second round came. Elikana was tagging Tafa up in the second round to hurt Tafa on the feet, got a takedown, and subbed Junior Tafa, who has absolutely zero ground game. The Tafa brothers aren't good. I do fuck with Junior Tafa though. I feel bad for him when he loses, but because like he has no ground game. Like I don't know if he actually trains or not. Like some of these guys, I don't even know if they train. Like it's bad, but Elikana gets the sub after getting brutally dropped in round one. Decent little performance from Elikana. You shouldn't be getting tagged by Junior Tafa though, so take it with a grain of salt. Elikana wins via round 2 sub. Moving on, main card. Finally, a decent little scrap. Quillen Soukilled beats Jamie Malarkey by sub. Throws him on the ground, does like a nice little judo throw, throws him down, and immediately just subs Jamie Malarkey. Jamie Malarkey to a fucking can. He's not top level. He needs to retire. And Quillen Soukilled does what he needs to do, gets an easy victory, gets a sub. I thought he was going to KO Jamie Malarkey because I forgot the guy's actually like decent on the ground. After that Nasrat Hakparas fight, I thought he was just a striker, but I forgot he's pretty nasty on the ground too. So he's a nice little prospect. He's going to be the top 15. I think he's going to be in the top 15, and if not, he's going to be right outside the rankings. And I think he should fight a top 15 ranked guy. In my fights to make video, that is coming out tomorrow. I have a little sneaky fight for Quillen Salco that I think he should take. So keep an eye out for that. But Quillen Salco does what he needs to do, gets a quick finish over the Can Jamie Markey. Yeah, good fight. Or it wasn't a good fight, but anyway, moving on. This was honestly one of the best fights of the night, as sloppy and as shit as it was. Tai Tuivasa versus Taliesin Teixeira. This was an absolute... I was laughing my ass off this fight. Tai Tuivasa came out in the first round, guns blazing, literally in the first 20 seconds. Was like, I thought he was going to knock him out in the first 20 seconds. Taliesin just gets an easy double leg. And then they spent like mostly the first round they spent on the ground. Taliesin was like, I don't know, they were already like gassed at the end of the first round, and they were just laying on each other. So Tai came out guns blazing. Taliesin got the takedown in the first round, was landing some shots, but wasn't really going for finishes. Second round, I'm pretty sure Tai started doing some work on the feet, got taken down again. And yeah, man, Taliesin was just getting takedowns in the first 2 rounds at will. Same thing, wasn't really going for finishes in that second round. Tried to go for a little choke, but Tai was having good defense. Landed at just a few little punches. And they were both gassed at the end of the second round. Third round starts. Tai Tuivasa literally has this guy, Taliesin Teixeira, on skates, landing huge shots. Credit to Taliesin. He's got a nice little decent chin. I don't know what happened in that Derek Lewis fight because he went down after one punch, but he was eating some big shots from Tai Tuivasa. To be fair, Tai was like drained as fuck. Like he was so tired, barely moving. And Tai was landing such big shots, and then he'd clinch like 2 seconds after. Like he had this guy out of there. If he just if he stood and traded, he would have had this guy out of there. Taliesin at one point in the third round shoots a takedown. Tai does a great sprawl and then doesn't keep his legs out on the sprawl. Puts his legs, like he tries to go for like some punches. Taliesin ends up getting the takedown. And that was all she wrote. Tai Tuivasa landing great punches against Taliesin Teixeira. Looks like he's going to get him out of there, and then immediately clinches and holds him up against the fence. He was obviously gassed. Like that's why he was doing it. He had no cardio in that third round, and he blew the fight for himself. I think if he kept it on the feet and stopped clinching, he would have got Taliesin out of there, but he was too tired, had to clinch, had to hold up against the fence, and yeah, pretty sad performance, to be honest, but it was funny as fuck. Taliesin Teixeira gets the W, and yeah, both of these guys look shit. That's the heavyweight division for you. Like, that's actually sad as fuck that's the heavyweight division, because those guys are absolutely dog shit terrible. So, moving on. Rafael Fiziev versus Mauricio Ruffi. This was a good fight. I picked this for fight of the night. I'd say Benoit versus Dan Hooker was the fight of the night, but I predicted this as fight of the night, and it was a decent scrap. First round, Fiziev was actually looking really good, looking great in the first round, chopping up Mauricio Ruffi's leg. If Rogan was on this call, oh my God, he would have been saying Ruffi was done in the first round by leg kicks, because Ruffi did have a lot of marking on that lead leg. Fiziev was chewing it up and landing good shots. Ruffi was landing some shots too, but Fiziev was definitely winning the first round, landing huge shots, and he looked really good. He literally had Ruffi backed up against the fence the entire round. The pressure was great from Fiziev, had Ruffi backed up, landing great leg kicks. I thought Ruffi's leg was not done like fucking Rogan would have thought, but he was chewing up the leg. So Ruffi was landing some good leg kicks back too, but not as significant as Fiziev. Second round came out, same thing. Fiziev was looking good, pushing Ruffi back against the cage, but Ruffi was landing better in the second round too. He landed some good shots, but all it takes is one like just nasty clean shot right down the pipe, right hand. It kind of landed like half on the temple, half on the eye. And Fiziev's equilibrium was off. He was like chicken dancing around the ring. Ruffi, he ended up falling. Ruffi got him down, ground and pound, TKO win for Mauricio Ruffi. Good fight, good comeback by Ruffi. Showed that he faced a little adversity, showed he could come back, and got the knockout. I mean, this guy's dangerous, man. This guy's absolutely dangerous. He's one of my favorite fighters to watch right now. Other than the BSD loss, BSD did him dirty, to be fair, but other than the BSD loss, this guy's looked great. He was getting chewed up by Fiziev by a little bit, but Fiziev is high level, so. And I feel bad for Fiziev, man. He was doing so good, but just got caught. And that seems like what happens in his fights. He was doing good versus Gaethje twice, got caught by Gaethje twice, and then the fight just changed. Got caught by Ruffi, couldn't come back from this one. He came back in the Justin Gaethje fights, but Ruffi landed that good shot, put him down, knocked him out. I picked Ruffi too, so I was pretty hype, and it was a pretty good knockout. And Ruffi should be getting another high level guy. I think like him versus Chandler would be fire. That's maybe a fight I'll make in my fights to make video. But yeah, great win by Ruffi. Moving on, this was fight of the night in my opinion. This was a great little scrap. Dan Hooker versus Benoit Saint Denis. First round, Dan Hooker genuinely looked like the best like version of Dan Hooker we've seen since the Dustin Poirier fight. Tell me I'm wrong. Like the guy was actually looking really fucking good. Benoit, he was stabbing Benoit with the teep kicks. Benoit was hurt from the teep kicks too. Hooker was landing nasty body kicks, teep kicks. Wasn't really throwing that many punches, but when he did, he was landing. So, and Benoit was just shooting for takedowns. Dan Hooker was using his guillotine. He never finishes it. He just uses it so people will stop, like, not stop shooting, but there's a threat when you shoot. So Dan Hooker pulled 2 guillotines. And in the first round, he looked amazing. I thought he was going to get BSD out of there by body kick. Like, genuinely, I thought he was going to body kick TKO him. The teeps were on point. Hooker looked the best he's ever looked. I think at the end of the first round, BSD did get a takedown and landed some shots, but nothing of significance. So I thought that first round went to Hooker. Second round, Hooker was looking good too, but BSD came out, got the takedowns. Oh, and Dan Hooker. You can't fix, like, this is going to sound rude because I actually fuck with Dan Hooker, but you can't fix dumb. And Dan Hooker made such a stupid mistake, such a dumb mistake. He was doing good. BSD went for a takedown. Hooker had the whizzer on BSD. They were like getting back up to their feet after Hooker defended the takedown, and then Hooker goes for his own takedown, ends up on bottom, and then BSD goes for the finish, starts landing mean elbows, and gets the TKO. Hooker, why are you shooting a takedown? You were doing so good on the feet. You got back up after BSD just got a takedown on you, and instead of disengaging and going back to the feet, you'd shoot a takedown, a dumbass takedown, and lose yourself the fight. Ends up on bottom position. BSD lands nasty elbows, cut Hooker open. Almost had him in an arm triangle, but Hooker was doing a good job defending. Better job defending than he did against Arman. Obviously, Arman's a little more high level than BSD in my opinion when it comes to like submissions, but BSD abandoned the arm triangle, started elbowing him. And whoever the ref was in this fight, I can't remember. It might have been Herb Dean. I don't think it was Herb Dean. Or it might have been Herb Dean actually. But he let the fight go on a little too long in my opinion. I don't care. I'd rather have a late stoppage than an early stoppage, so I didn't mind it. But BSD was landing mean shots. Got him out of there with ground and pound. And he called out the BMF loser or winner. And he also said he wants a title shot or Arman. So I think any of those fights would be awesome. So yeah, BSD, big win. This was fight of the night in my opinion because Hooker in that first round looked amazing. And in the second until he shot for a dumbass takedown. So yeah, moving on. Main event. I'm right. I'm literally right. I made prediction videos about how Alexander Volkanovski was one of the most boring champions in UFC history. The guy's boring. All he does is literally just stand on the outside and kick. This fight was dog shit. This fight was worse than the first fight, and the first fight was bad. So only reason the first fight was decent is because Diego Lopez came forward, knocked down Volk. But this fight was terrible. This fight was actually awful. All these people in my comment section, like I woke up this morning and everyone was saying like, oh, Volkanovski won. Like they're all mad because I said Volkanovski was boring. How could you enjoy that fight? This fight was absolutely dog shit. Genuinely can't remember shit that happened. Volkanovski rocked him a few times. Diego Lopez dropped him with a little tight hook for like a second. Volkanovski has great recovery, so popped right back up in the third round, I think that was. Yeah, nothing to write home about. Honestly, this was both of their faults. Like Diego Lopez went out sad too. Like how the fuck you don't make any adjustments? Diego Lopez doesn't look like himself when he fights Volk. When he fights anyone else, he looks like a beast. But when he fights Volk, he looks like not high level. So Lopez didn't make any fucking adjustments. He went out sad. I think he broke his foot in that fifth round, which sucked because I think he was trying to go for it, but then broke his foot. But he wouldn't have won anyway. Volkanovski, another boring snooze fest from Volkanovski. Like I said, I like the guy, high IQ, great guy, great champion, but he's so fucking boring. This fight was, I almost fell asleep in the fourth round. I can't remember anything that happened because Volkanovski just, the footwork, I get it. I get all these fucking kids in my comment section. I get it. He's skilled. The footwork, the fucking cutting off the cage, the angles, like I get it. He's skilled, but it makes for a boring ass fight. So he was, dancing around the cage again. Just landing out like a big shot that doesn't even land, that hits the guard like every fucking 1 minute. He has like 4 moments of fight where he lands a shot, but yeah, nothing much to say about this fight. Volkanovski wins. I thought he might retire, but he didn't. So I think we have one or two more Volkanovski fights. Diego Lopez went out sad. Volkanovski, you're still boring to me. You're still one of the most boring UFC champions. And this like proved my point. This was a great outing from you to prove my point that you are one of the most boring champions of all time. So let me know what you guys thought of the card. I'd rate it like a fucking 4 out of 10. Like this card was actually shit. So, and I wasn't really that hyped going into it. So it lived up to my hype of it being shit. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Let me see what I did for predictions. I think I picked Sulan Grangbo, so that's 0-1. I genuinely can't remember who I picked here. I think I picked Saleh, so that's 0-2. I picked Don Marfan, 1-2. I picked Yita, 1-3. Picked Mikhailov, 2-3. Picked Malkoun, 3-3. Picked Rouston, 4-3. Picked Elikana, 5-3. Picked Sal Killed, 6-3. Picked Tuivasa, 6-4. Picked Rufi, 7-4. Picked BSD, 8-4. And picked Lopez, 8-5. So I'll take 8-5. That's not bad. I went 7-4 at UFC 324. 8-5 at UFC 325. I'll take it. Let me know what you thought of the card in the comments. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.